Ladies and gentlemen, about 5 minutes ago, I just finished The Sopranos. 6 seasons. Last season had 21 episodes. Money, drugs, women, sex, violence, killing, guns, shooting, food, F bombs. Just wow. When you think of the mafia, boy, boy. What's his name? Seal, the brother with the shoulders. Yeah, let me tell you something. For what they were going for, after watching like the Goodfellas, hey, whew, Tony, therapy. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm making this video for the people who were kind of interested in me watching the episodes, but I told y'all I did 3 episodes 2 months ago. And my reaction to The Sopranos season 1, episode 1, 2 months ago is only at 7,000 views. Episode 2 is at 4,400 views. And episode 3 is at 4,400 views. So I was just like, no, I'm not finna sit here, record myself, pay someone to edit, and ain't nobody watching. I'll just watch it on my own. And I did. And boy, let me tell you, boy, Tony was something else. And that's what I think about too. That's how I picture it. Like they got a wife at home, but they just sleeping with everything that moves. Everything that moves. I was just tripping out how all the family dynamics worked out, like with everybody. Chris, I knew Chris was gonna die. I just didn't know how. I didn't know it was going to be at the hands of Tony. Literally. That was crazy. Once he got his new family and a baby, I thought things would be different. But, people always talk about karma and stuff like that. Even though he didn't kill his wife, I want to keep calling her Porsche because I'm so used to seeing her on Sons. But I'm gonna forget all the names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. It's just crazy. He didn't kill her, but he okayed it. And she was working with the feds, and it's tough. It's tough. And boy, that show got deep. Those therapy sessions, and the son and Meadow. Even though she kind of like when she was younger, she used to talk back so much. She seemed like she was trying to really make something of herself. Uh, it's like I'd be wanting to feel bad for the mother, for the wife, but she could have left. She could have got up out of there, but she stayed. She stayed. You know, that was another thing too, with like all the domestic violence that was going on in the show. How a lot of women, I feel like a lot of them, felt like they couldn't do nothing for themselves, so they just stayed in these relationships. Because a lot of times when you're well taken care of as far as financially, and you can wear all this nice fancy clothes and jewelry and all this, a lot of times that's enough to keep you. His sister Janice, oh my goodness, wow. Uncle Junior, oh my goodness. Bobby, it's so many people, man, so many people. This show was crazy, man. I don't want to be talking too long on here. I could sit up here and talk for hours about it, but uh it was really, really crazy how everybody just start dying, and it's expected, you know. these strip clubs. You knew the cops were gonna be involved and stuff like that because they trying to catch people. And that scene where Meadow took the lamp to school, I was like, oh man, and the dude she was dating, how Tony and his racism towards her boyfriend, and it was just crazy, man. Crazy how Chris was just so not Chris, sorry. Well, he was lost too with all the drugs and stuff, but the son was just so lost, just trying to find himself. And, you know, I want to jump right now to the ending scene because I was so confused. I had to go look it up, but I kind of figured what it was because I know they were saying like with the mafia, they don't really like to touch the families. They just try to go for the main guy. But when you're a made guy, you're supposed to be like quote unquote untouchable. But that scene, I was like, did he really die? And I thought about it, I was like, that dude who walked into the restaurant or whatever with them, when Tony was waiting for everybody and the wife showed up, then the son came in behind that one guy. And then I'm just looking at Metal like, girl, if you don't park this damn car. And, they said that I was looking it up and someone made a good point saying how this gives you an idea of the anxiety Tony was living with, just not knowing what was going to happen, who was going to do it, where it was going to come from. Because as I'm watching that ending scene, I'm just like, okay, there's no more ending, there's no more episodes. And I'm like, this dude in this gray jacket or whatever looked like he about to be the one to do it. And Meadows outside trying to park, and I'm like, come on, park this car. And I was getting so anxious, and then the scene just went black. So I was like, no. I was like, is there a spinoff on this? And, I was looking it up and they were talking about how you can tell that Tony did die. They just didn't show it. But, you know, just the anxiety that they were saying that it's like the director wanted us to feel the anxiety of Tony. And I felt it. I was like, oh my goodness. But, yeah, man, Paulie, all of them, man, everybody involved. It's like as I'm watching every episode and every season, I'm just like, who's next? Because somebody's gonna go. They're gonna go. Because when you're dealing with the mafia, it's gonna be jail or death. You know, it's all on who's gonna do it, who's gonna trade or flip on them. And these brothers in a strip club, and I was just with Paulie. I was like, hold on, is somebody in that strip club with him? Are they about to take him out? So, yeah, crazy show. A lot of violence, a lot of drugs, a lot of sex, a lot of just everything. But I finished, you guys. I finished. I just finished the show, and I can see what the fuss was all about. I just wish people would have watched more my reaction because I was dedicated to reacting to it. I was. When I was 3 episodes in and I just noticed, I was like, I don't think people are interested in this. So I'm expecting this video not to do too well, but I just want to get on here and let you guys know that I did finish for those who may care and was, hoping that I would. Yes, I did. It's too much to talk about, too much it just so much was happening, but I did enjoy it. I'm telling y'all, I was watching episodes to like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Just watching. Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. I love that intro so much that I kept playing it. I would just let it play. But yeah, man, I did. I thought it would end differently though. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be the son or the mother that would kill Tony. For some reason, I thought it would get to that point. I thought she was gonna find something out and be like, I'm done with this. I thought for some reason, I don't know why, but that's what I was thinking. Or the son was just gonna be so fed up, you know. But Tony did love his family. That scene when the son was in the pool when he tried to, unalive himself. That was pretty crazy when you see Tony eating that food and you see him run like that and jump in the pool, you know, as a father should, and how he was yelling at him, but he was going through it, man. I mean, what do you expect your child, or how do you expect your child to feel when you're doing what you're doing? But you're trying to tell him to do this and do that, but you're living this type of life, you know. But yeah, I talked about it. That's enough. Because I could sit up here and keep going, but yeah, all the crazy like death scenes, and you know, Junior shooting Tony and just everything. I was really sad for Bobby. I was really sad for Bobby. Oh, and another one of the craziest scenes I thought was when Tony got shot and he finally came back. It was so crazy to see him in there looking at all the guys, sizing them up, trying to see who looks the most, like who looks the strongest here, that I can fight and prove to them that I'm still the guy in charge. That was so crazy to me that he just randomly picked that new dude who was the driver and beat him up just to show people, like, look, I'm still in charge. Y'all still gonna respect me. That was so crazy. Because when he was looking at everybody and they were showing their biceps and stuff, I was just like, what is he doing? And I was like, oh no. But then him and Bobby got into that fight and Bobby beat him up. But I did feel bad for Bobby because he seemed like he was trying to do good. Out of all of the guys, he seemed like the one that was the least craziest. But Janice, the sister, was something else, boy. She was something else. Yeah. And I feel bad for Chris, the wife, and the child he had. But that's it. That's it. I didn't want to make this extremely long, but hey, appreciate you guys coming over and watching this video. Sopranos is finished. Peace out.